Good morning, everyone. Namaste. I hope you guys had a good full moon in Scorpio last night. If not, you can tune in, tap into it still for the next few days. As well as we had yesterday in the Himalayas, the Buddha Christ ceremony, the birth of Buddha. So if you haven't tapped in and meditated with that, there are a lot of ways that you can do so off of YouTube, so just go on there. And today, guys, we're going to call in Archangel Michael to clear, cleanse the space of all negative and lower vibrations from our mind, body, and soul, home and hearts, placed in the white light of protection on us with his blue seal. And we're going to be reading more, guys, today out of my St. John the Cross, Dark Night of the Soul. And if you do not know what the Dark Night of the Soul, that is why I'm being guided to share this information. I have a lot of information myself from Dark Night of the Soul. I've had about 3, maybe 4 in my lifetime. But we'll get into it and we'll read a little bit, and then I'll share some of my experience if you are currently in a Dark Night of the Soul. It is something I have just currently in the last week went through and came out of, and now I am into the light. So it is possible to get through it. I know it kind of feels like you won't get through it, but let's see what it has to say. It says, when God draws them forth from the state of beginners, which is the state of those that meditate on the spiritual road, and begin to set them in the state of progressives, which is that of those who are already contemplative to the end, after passing through it, they may arrive at a state of perfect, which is that of the divine union of the souls with God. So you are becoming one with your higher self. But in order to become one with your higher self, you need to shed the layers of everything that you've accumulated over all lifetimes, including this lifetime, of darkness, to create that balance of yin and yang. So that your higher self can come through, your I am presence can come through, your God self can come through, your guides. Says, before explaining the nature of this effects, the passive night, the saint touches in passing upon certain imperfections found in those who are about to enter it, which it removes by the process of purgation. Such travelers are still untried, proficient, and haven't been yet acquired mature habits of spirituality, and who therefore still conduct themselves as children. And when they say children, they mean people that are really not woke, or because you are in a childlike state when you aren't woke. You're acting out of ego, me, I want. So the imperfections are examined one by one, following the order of the 7 deadly sins that you will read upon in the current chapters coming up, which are more revealed the author's skill as a direct of souls. So there are, 12 universal laws that one must follow in order to get their karma below 51%. I've done videos on universal, on the 12 laws of karma, as well as the 12 universal laws. You can go under my bio, scroll, and you can find it. And I read each book, and you can hear all about it. But you have to follow those universal laws. Whatever you're putting out in the universe is what you're going to get back. And once you can go below 51% of your karma and pay back, which is what a part of the Dark Night of the Soul is about, once you pay that back for this lifetime and other lifetimes, then you're able to ascend. So it says, they are easy chapters to understand, and they have a great practical utility comparable to those in the first book of Ancient, which deals with the active purgation of the desire of senses. It says in chapter 8, St. John of the Cross begins to describe the passive night of the senses. The principal aim in which the purgation of stripping of the soul of its imperfection and preparation of its fruitive union. The passive night of sense, as are told, is common and comes to many, whereas that of spirits, it is the portion of very few. The one is bitter and terrible, and the second bears no compassion for it. It is horrible and awful to spirit. A good deal of literature of the former night exists in the time of St. John on the Cross. He therefore promises to be brief in his treatment of it, and of latter of the other hand. He will treat more fully, since very little has been said of this, either speech or writing, and very little is known of it even by experience. So just know that if you surrender during the process of the dark night of the soul, it is going to get easier for you, because essentially a lot of it is about getting you to want to surrender. So a lot of our traumas have made us to where we have to be in control, OCD, control issues, type A. I definitely was a type A person. Going through those dark night of the souls, I learned that I had to surrender in everything to God in order to get through them. And once I did surrender, things got easier for me. So if you're currently in a very dark place, just understand that surrendering it to God is going to be your first and foremost step. So I hope this helps. I love you all. Have a blessed day, and namaste.